next, let's talk about baseball, because that's what I have in the next tab. Um, so obviously we're in spring training now. Off season is pretty much over. I've been getting notifications of like Braves beating the Twins and Braves beating the Red Sox and that stuff. It's nice to have baseball back, basically. What I'm showing here are the transactions that the Braves have had this year. I see some pretty good things. I want to actually, let me go and see if there's a 2020, like maybe December 2020, just to make sure. December agreed to Luke Jackson. Ew. All right. So, all right. So the first
wasn't the biggest thing was that they re-signed oh boy, who was a superstar in the World Series.
Yeah, he's there. We will get to that. So all right. So Pablo Sandoval was signed to a minor league contract. That's pretty good. He's a veteran. Big Panda. I don't know if you know him. Huge guy. No, okay. Anyway, I'll put a picture up there. Chipper Jones, Braves legend. He's part of the coaching staff right now. The one you were talking about is Marcel Ozuna. He was signed to a 4-year contract February 5th. I think the Kipnis signing from the Cleveland Indians, that name is probably changing pretty soon too.
Big fan.
So Jason Kipnis from the Cleveland Indians, that he was signed to a minor league contract. I don't know that guy. Jake Lamb, he was signed from the Diamondbacks. He's a pretty good third baseman. I'm guessing he'll be swapping, or he'll be trading playing time with Austin Riley probably. But this is a name to watch out, Tay.
Right.
He's got a pretty good bat.
Okay.
I don't know too much about Heredia. Tell me if I'm mispronouncing that.
Mayfield?
No, the one below that.
Heredia.
Yeah, and I don't know Mayfield, but Brian Snitker contract extension through the 2023 season. So next 3 seasons, we're keeping our manager. I think that's a good extension.
Do you know if any of those extensions were steals, like the guy who signed at the same time as Acuna? I forget his name. Ozzy, I think.
Ozzy Albies.
Yeah, like remember his contract, and people are like, "Yo, this dude got robbed," because he got like $3 million in like 5 years, 8 years, or something like that.
Yeah, I think Ozzy Albies is one of our most important players on the Braves. He doesn't get the flashy numbers like Acuna, almost getting 40 steals and 40 home runs in a season. But Albies is your Mr. Reliable. And he even showed up in the playoffs like that, Mr. Reliable. Whereas you had the likes of Acuna and, I'm sorry to say, Braves fans, but Freddie Freeman kind of fading away when it mattered most. Honestly, I think our best players were Travis d'Arnaud, Ozuna, and Adam Duvall. I was like, God, I was forgetting the dude's name. Those are the 3 best ones. And when Adam Duvall went down with that injury, I think second game of the series against the Dodgers, that was pretty much the nail in the coffin for us. Yeah, because he was a guaranteed hit almost every time. In those situations,
you're saying if he had stayed, we probably would have won the World Series.
Yes, yeah, I'm for sure, because we would have beaten the Dodgers, and I think there's no way we would have lost the race. The Dodgers were our toughest competition. There were situations in that series against the Dodgers where we would have bases loaded, and then Austin Riley comes up and strikes out or something like that. Duvall is going to put the ball to the bat, even if it's a sac fly or whatever. They're scoring that run. So when he went down with the injury, that was bad. But these are the moments you want your superstars to step up, like Freddie Freeman and Acuna, and they just kind of faded away. Albies was there, but they faded away. So
let me ask you, with these extensions and these signings and all that stuff, do you see them there? What do you think they're doing? They're in a win now situation, or
yes,
okay,
yes, they're definitely in a win now situation. I think they will win the NL East. And then, once you get into the playoffs, it's like a new season all over. I think Braves have the weapons to win a World Series. It's just a matter of executing, right?
Yeah.
And I hope they do. I think anything less than winning the NL East is a failure. And at that point, anything less than reaching reaching the World Series is a failure. I don't care if they meet up with the Dodgers again. If they don't reach the World Series, the season will be considered a failure, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. You want anything else? Do you have any other questions about the Braves, or shall we move on to
No,
the
man.
next
The only
story?
thing I'm wondering is, I think 40% capacity is what they're saying right now, right? Like, I know that they were trying to move the baseball season a little bit further back because they wanted to make sure to get as much capacity as they could. But I heard
Yeah.
that the possibly a 40% capacity.
I mean, I know people have been like really raring to go, so
I'll tell you right now, Texas Rangers, 100% capacity because Texas, they got rid of COVID.
Yeah, that will excite a lot of people here who've been wanting to see the Braves, and I think Texas, the Rangers Stadium hosted the World Series, and they had some people in there.
Yeah.
They had some fans for the World Series, so.
And I think some of them had masks. I don't think all of them did, but some of them did.
Hey man, it's the South.
Yeah.
One other thing to add to that about the Rangers hosting, for people who don't follow baseball, that's not a normal thing, right? You don't have a neutral site for the World Series. It's usually like home and away type of situation, but it's because of COVID that happened.
I wonder how the players felt about it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure people would have loved to be at home, but like in their home stadium.
I don't know. Some of them might have been like, "Hey, I'm glad we're not having to travel." Like, imagine going from Atlanta to LA, back and forth.
Right. Yeah. That's true. But there is something to be said for having your home crowd, and
Definitely.
I'm sure they would
saw
have
how that
preferred
helped
that.
out in the Super Bowl.
Right. I'm sure they would have preferred that, but I think the fact that it was a neutral ground, they were also like, hey, it's not like they're getting an advantage. Even though in the World Series, in the NLCS, there were a lot of Braves fans that made the trip to Texas because that was also in Arlington, and not a lot of Dodgers fans, I don't think. Or maybe I'm flipping them. I'm pretty sure there were a lot of Braves fans, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. I'm hoping there isn't another COVID spike that like hurts things. But yeah, I think the Braves have a good season ahead of them.